Thank you for joining me on this installment of Kingdom Things. This is your host, Ashley-Nicole Phillips, spiritual practitioner, spiritual creative, spiritual healer, by the way of God, Goddess, Source, Essential Son, the Most High, whatever you like to call the force, the energy behind all that is. That is who ushered me into my role of being a spiritual practitioner, spiritual healer, spiritual creative. I want to start by saying, I know nothing. I know nothing. I am simply a vessel for the divine to deliver their message through. I am simply a vessel for the divine to deliver their message through. A medium for the divine to deliver their message through. I'm far from having anything figured out. I'm far from having anything figured out, as we all are. One of the inversions in this world is the notion, the belief that we have to figure things out. One of the inversions in this world is the belief or the notion that we have to figure things out. This world, this universe, all that is being conducted by the most greatest maestro that will ever be. Source, God, Goddess, the Most High, Father, Mother, God, whatever you like to call the force, the energy, the power behind what is the maestro, the grand maestro of the symphony that we call existence. God, Goddess, Source, Essential Son, the Most High, is the maestro of the symphony that we call existence. So one of the inversions of this inverted reality is the notion that we have to understand or figure everything out, that we have to figure everything out. We are here in existence, spirits, eternal spirits, seated with the energy of the Most High Creator, God, Goddess, Source, Essential Son, Father, Mother, God, source-seated spirits, using our physical bodies as avatars to experience this earthly realm, to experience physicality on earth, to learn. We are here to learn, to expand, to create from what we learn and expand into. The inversion of having to have everything figured out and having to know everything keeps us stagnant, keeps us anchored in this cycle, never-ending cycle, these never-ending loops of trying to figure things out. The Grand Maestro knows all. The Grand Maestro is the conductor of all. So even the things that we might judge or perceive to be evil or bad, in the grand scheme of all that is playing a part in the Grand Maestro's symphony. Even the things that we perceive to be evil or bad are playing a part, moving parts in the grand symphony of the Grand Maestro that we call God, Goddess, Source, Father, Mother, God, the Most High. We are not here to figure things out. We are here to dive deeper within ourselves, activate ourselves, retrieve our own light, wield our own light, as our own lights that we find within, that we activate within, are an instrument in the grand symphony, the symphonic score of what is, of all that is. So it's not our jobs to figure anything out. It's not our jobs to try to control things. It's not our jobs to judge anything in existence. We can't see the long play. We cannot see or perceive the long play. You're just not going to do it. We're not going to perceive or see the long play. Our only roles to play, our only roles to wield is our own beingness. Our only roles to wield, our only roles to play is our own beingness. As we are God, Goddess, seated spirits, experiencing physicality through our bodies, our divine avatars here in this earth realm. So anything that we perceive as bad or evil is also playing a part, is also an instrument in the symphony of what is. So us trying to figure out anything, us judging anything, keeps us in a never-ending loop of stagnancy. The only way to move forward is through expansion. The only way to expand is to go within. The only way to move forward is through expansion. The only way to expand is within. With focusing on the external world, as we have been inadvertently programmed, trained, and taught to do, we are focusing on things out of our control. We are focusing on roles that are not our roles. We are trying to rehearse lines that are not in our memorization because they're not our roles. With focusing on the external world, we get trapped in these never-ending loops of judgment and trying to figure things out, as well as stagnancy. The only way forward, the only way to move forward in life, in anything, is through expansion. The only way to expand is to go within and activate your beingness, activate yourself. Like I said, I am a vessel in which the divine channels their message through. The message that we have today is super it's very, 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 it's so activating. It's so activating because everything that I report are these are teachings for me too. These are teachings for me as well to expand in this life. So we have another inversion programmed into our DNA, taught to us, an ancestral programming, the inversion of codependency. The inversion of codependency. It's programmed into our DNA to live external, to seek validation external to ourselves, to attach to things external to ourselves in order to feel complete, in order to feel fulfillment. These external attachments, these external validations are false and temporary. These external attachments and these external fulfillments are false and temporary. So we get these false senses of validation and these false senses of fulfillment through other people, such as social media. That's really, really big in our culture, in our society. Now, there's nothing wrong with social media per se. The problem is where we have that validation that's supposed to come from within, where we seek that validation and we get that high, that validating high, that energetic high that says, oh, I'm doing something right, from those likes. So we get that energetic high, that false sense of validation from those likes, from the comments, from social media, right? And I caught myself at this because I'm in training, as we all are, in training in life, learning and expanding. And, I was taught from God, Goddess, told by the divine God, Goddess, your only sense of true fulfillment is going to come from within. It's going to come from me. It's going to come from source, Father, Mother, God. That's the only place you should be seeking fulfillment. That's the only place that you should be seeking validation. Because again, the inversion that we've been taught to seek for validation and fulfillment external to ourselves, it is an intentional inversion to keep us in these stagnant loops, operating in these stagnant karmic loops. The only way to move forward, the only way to expand is from within. And what is within? As we are source, God, Goddess, Father, Mother, God, Most High seated beings, spirits having human experiences. What we're going to find within, what we're going to activate within is Father, Mother, God, is God, Goddess, the Most High source. That's within. That light, that energy that we carry around in most of our lives, that energy is inactivated. Most of our lives, that energy is inactivated due to social programmings of this world, due to social programmings of humanity. That God light within you, that Goddess light within you is inactivated. And that light that's within you, that is the only true source of validation, fulfillment, and love. That is the only true source. Everything external to us, as everything external to us is playing its own role, is doing its own thing, is only a moving target. Everything external to us is only a moving target that we spend our lives trying to hit. And it's impossible. It's impossible. Okay, you hit the target, but that target is going to move. It's going to go do its own thing, and it's going to take your energy with it. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So we spend our lives shooting our energetic darts external to ourselves, trying to hit that moving target of false fulfillment, false validation that's external to ourselves. Okay, you hit that moving target of the false fulfillment, false validation, but guess what? That target's going to keep moving, and it's going to take your dart of energy with it. The only true source for fulfillment, for love, for validation is seated within us. That God, Goddess light, that source light, that Father, Mother, God light, it's within us. But guess what? Most of our lives, we walk around with that light inactivated because of the false programmings, false indoctrinations, and versions of humanity. So with connecting the dots, these external validations, these external senses of fulfillment that we seek, keep us in these stagnant karmic loops because it keeps us chasing these external false senses of validation, false senses of fulfillment. Once we get that hit of false sense of validation, again, it's a moving target, so it's going to keep on going. And then what do we have to do in turn? We have to send out our energetic dart to try to hit another moving target of false senses of fulfillment and validation. So it keeps us in that stagnant karmic loop of chasing false senses of validation and fulfillment external to ourselves versus going within. And what's within? That is your source light. That is your God, Goddess light. That is your Most High light. That is your Father, Mother, God light. That is your life force energy. That again, most of our life, we walk around with that energy inactivated. It's not activated. Because the reason why it's not activated, in order to activate it, you have to go within and get to know yourself. You have to go within. But in this inverted reality, there are so many false senses of fulfillment and validation, moving targets that were set up external to ourselves. So instead of going within to activate our life force energy, instead of going within to activate the God or Goddess within, instead of going within to activate the source energy within, we are throwing our life force energy darts. We are giving away our life force energy to these moving targets external to ourselves, to these false senses of fulfillment and validation external to ourselves. So that is the karmic loop that we get trapped in, that keeps us stagnant in these lives of ours and keeps us repeating the same cycles with the same outcomes, being left feeling unfulfilled, being left feeling like we're needing something, that we're missing something. We have equipped within us everything that we would ever need in any lifetime to create the life of our dreams, to experience the life of our dreams, to love, to be love, to be wealth, to be financial abundance, to be great health, to be all of the things that we want to create in this life. We have all of that seated within us. How do we activate that? We have to go within. We have to sit with ourselves and go within and get to know ourselves without the external noise, without the external distractions. Again, those external distractions were created to keep us in these karmic loops, to keep us stagnant. Attaching to anything keeps us anchored and stagnant. So we throw our life force energy darts to all of these moving targets external to ourselves, giving our energy away to these entities, to these things external to ourselves, versus keeping our energy, wielding our life force energy to create the life of our dreams, to step into the person that we want to be. So this inversion of codependency, the inversion of codependency says that you need people outside of you, says that you need things outside of you in order for you to be fulfilled and complete, which again, this inversion of codependency can only leave you feeling voided, feeling like a void, feeling unfulfilled. That's the only way that it can leave you, because the only true sense of fulfillment and validation and love and abundance and wealth and great health, the only place to get that true sense of all of these things is seated inside of you. It's not in any other person external to yourself. It's not in anything external to yourself. It's seated inside of you, because there is a special light. There is a special concoction that you need. There's a special remedy that you need that is for you, your unique soul print, your unique beingness. Your unique beingness is the only thing that can fulfill you. Your unique beingness is the only thing that can fulfill you. How do you access your unique beingness? By going within and activating your own light. By going within and activating your own light. How do we activate our own light? By taking the time to be to ourselves, by giving less attention, giving less attention to the to things outside of yourself, giving your energy to yourself, spending the time with yourself, getting to know yourself, dropping down into your heart, getting to know yourself, spending that time with yourself to activate your unique beingness, to activate your unique light, because that is the only remedy to your feeling unfulfilled. That is the only remedy to the love that you are seeking. That is the only remedy to your great health. That is the only remedy to the abundance that's meant for you. That is the only remedy for the role in this life that is meant, created, and designed for you. By who? The Most High Creator, God, Goddess, the Grand Maestro. So this inversion of codependency that's seated inside of our DNA, that's seated inside of our society, again, it can only leave us feeling unfulfilled. It is imperative for any lasting relationships to be composed of parties or people whom are fulfilled with and of themselves through Source. So it is imperative for any long-lasting relationship. You want a marriage that lasts forever, you and your partner have to seek fulfillment, have to search for validation from within. Y'all have to fill your own cups up. Fill your own cups up. And what you have overflowing, that's what you have to share together. What you have overflowing, that's what you have to share together. Separation is an illusion created to keep us stagnant. Separation is an illusion to keep us stagnant. So this codependency thing where we feel like we always have to be with our partner, we always have to be with the people that we love, that is utilized, that is created, that is an inversion created to keep us stagnant. We feed off of each other's energies. We try to fulfill each other. versus going within. So we live off of the energy of other people's feelings about us, the way other people feel, but by the way we feel about other people, versus going within, activating that well, activating the infinite well of abundance, great health, love, purpose, fulfillment, that all of that's within us. That well is within us. That well is the God or goddess within us. But again, we live in an inverted reality that programmed us to seek for all of these things external to ourselves: love, fulfillment, abundance, great health. We seek for all of these things external to ourselves, which can only leave us in this loop of continuing to seek, because we might find something, but again, we might throw our energy out there to try to find something. It'll hit a target, something that works, but guess what? That target's a moving target. It's going to go. So it's a never ending cycle of looking for things that are going to fulfill us, looking for people that are going to love us, looking for things that make us feel loved. When all the while, this whole time, we have that energy, that life force energy, that God goddess energy, that source energy seated within us. But it takes us diverting our energy, diverting our attention away from those external distractions, away from those external false senses of fulfillment, in order to activate the only real sense of fulfillment, the only true fulfillment within, to activate our life force within. Another illusion that's keeping us stagnant on these karmic loops, keeping us stagnant in life, is the illusion of perfection. The illusion of perfection. The illusion of perfection was created to keep us stagnant, created to keep us seeking those external things that are going to assist us in achieving this impossible feat of being perfect. What is perfect? What is perfect? Everything is what it is. Everything is what it is. We ourselves place the meaning, define what is. And every individual has a different definition, views the world, has different perceptions of what is. So how can something be perfect if everyone views that same object, which is what is, as something else? Everyone views existence through different lenses. Everyone sees a different picture when they look at the same picture of what is. So what is perfection? Perfection is an illusion that keeps us feeling as if we have to strive to be more than something that we already are. Perfection is an illusion that keeps us feeling as if we have to strive to be more of something to be accepted. Perfection is an illusion to keep us on these loops of seeking these external things to try to hit that target of perfection. What is perfection? Perfection is an illusion, as what is what is. Everyone views what is differently. Everyone has a different perception of what is. It's the same picture. What is the same exact picture, but everyone sees what is through different lenses, so they perceive a different picture. So what is perfection? Perfection is an illusion to keep you stagnant. Perfection is an illusion to keep you seeking things external to yourselves to feel fulfilled, to feel accepted. It is an illusion. I am a part of the great I am. What else is there to be? We have to know, we have to feel, we have to activate within us. I am a part of the great I am. What else is there to be?